So let's see. What do you want me to do to hack the bus?
Average computers check, but I'm going to upgrade it once.
Hack the Oh no!
Uh,
What are you planning on like having the bus just be launched like a ram?
yes.
He's
All right,
planning
average-
on knocking it into this thing's leg so it falls over.
Which is probably the best way of dealing with it, actually.
It's actually not a bad idea. Remember, falling damage is
So
ridiculous.
this is not a bus. It's now my bus. I have now have my head connected into this bus.
No,
in front of
yes,
the
and
screen.
I will click the accelerator and watch it go with your head in it.
Bye
The bus
bye.
turns yellow because it has those, like some kind of
It has
reactive
auto.
coating.
Okay, so it has auto add reactive coding where it
Oh.
dependent on what the bus company is currently being advertising this time. The outside of the bus will change to that ad coding. It now
So now it just
turns
changes to
all-
your face.
changes to my golden visage, and it goes beep beep. So Gray, what is the role do I have to do to drive bus into ST
Piloting ground.
piloting?
Piloting
okay.
planetary.
Planet, yeah. You have a role in Planetary.
I have one.
Yeah. It's only going to be an average difficulty because it's standing there.
All right. It doesn't. It's not going to expect. It's not going to expect combat bus.
And that'll be enough.
Bus.
You slam into it and take its legs out.
Choo choo.
It comes crashing to the ground.
If it was a. All right. So which way do I veer off to? Is a question. So here's a question. So I ran into it. Where does the bus go from there? Let's roll a d8. Where's the d8?
I doubt it's gonna come back for you.
Probably not. Oh well. Should I roll another? Since I have an advantage or something, what do you want to say for the piloting ground? The bus is totaled or not totaled?
It's totaled.
Okay.
But, yeah. You can get out of it quite easily. Maybe your head's thrown free.
You know what? No, I ran
No,
into
no,
it,
his
my
head's
head got
totally thrown
up.
through. He did not put his safety belt on.
Oh, he always forgets his safety belt.
If I had a lower interior structure to equip a safety belt to, I would be more than happy to use it. But since I'm merely a head upon a socket, I get thrown out, bounce around. Do I take any damage, Gray?
No.
Okay. And
It
come
wasn't
up and
exactly
say,
a high-speed crash.
No, but you'd more kind of like swerving to take its legs out.
okay, so done. That's done.
It's down. You can now make your way safely to the safe house.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw a last-minute panic at you.
Except we didn't
Well-
panic.
No, you didn't panic at all.
If we didn't have, if we couldn't use Deus Ex Bus Machina,
Bus Akina. You're awful.
we would have have a horrible time. So we get there, we click. So we get to the safe house, and we turn on the TV to watch the news, the breaking news. What does it say?
Right, so I'm just clearing out the initiative slots.
What's oh, do we have the big? Do we have the Trandoshan with us? The
No,
No,
they were.
they went their own way.
Yeah,
Okay,
they went
okay.
off in a different direction.
Which means they're probably dead by now.
Probably.
dead or they've gone to ground.
Or they've been captured and they're spilling their guts to the Empire. One of those options.
I really wish I made that leadership check to make sure that they were written around so we can use them as exploitable assets later. But oh well.
But yeah, the news is full of like rebel attack. You know, Imperial forces crush rebels attack on warehouse area. Heavy rebel casualties reported.
It's kind of sad that we can't deny that we got screwed, that bad shit happened here.
There's like a 5-second clip of some guy on a jetpack flying away.
Yeah.
It's like the Superman clip where you get like smaller and smaller as you go away.
There's also the clip of the TIE fighter gunning down like a rebel emplacement, heavy weapons emplacement.
Mm-hmm.
There's also quite a lot of shots of like dead stormtroopers.
And a memorial thing.
with various burns that are unexplained that can only be possibly.
But they're saying there's heavy casualties on the rebel Imperial side. Brave stormtroopers have done. There's plenty of like other bodies. You will actually at this point recognize your friends. They have. They've been killed.
Did they at least go down fighting?
It looks like they did. Not as effectively.
So here's
as
a question: we have officially confirmed that there is a rebel presence on this planet. Gently.
Hey,
So,
look at the bright side. And this is actually Einrich's philosophy. Those dirty two-timers got what was coming to them, and now we have no loose ends. Now we need to do some. Now we need to get our friends out of the fire and leave.
So here's a question: now that we've the thing is that they may or may not be stepping up Imperial presence on this world, due to the fact that it has been confirmed as a what do you call it, a rebel asset. I mean,
The rebels are on planet, so yeah. If the problem becomes, this is going to be really, really touch and go for how long we want to stay before they actually try to close the noose and kill us.
on top of the fact of getting our med guy. This may, because the thing is, the Lex.
That's our friend. I was talking about getting off planet or getting him not
in a position of above, where he needs above scrutiny, basically.
Yeah.
Above suspicion. So
yeah.
I mean, was it a legitimate business? It was a legitimate business transaction which we were doing, which we were buying things from companies, right? I'm trying to remember. Gray, which one was it?
We got it. I don't think this was. Well, it was legitimate, but like it was like with a nod and a wink that this was totally for non-legitimate means.
Yeah.
It was. It was also.
It's legitimate in that it is not directly correlated.
Well,
the thing is though that this is not the first and nor the only illegitimate thing that they've done, or many of the places have done here.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's probably just one of those things that they have hundreds of that no one bothers to try and root out.
It's just one of them is dealing with the rebels, and that's what they want to try to get.
Also, the fact that we're dealing with the fact that we used a falsified business license for this as well, right? So.
Well, we don't need a license because the dealing was under the table anyway.
We were trying to get some like falsified forms for that.
God, I don't give a rat's ass about your fucking overlay.
Hello?
What?
Oh, hello.
Hello. That's a great first thing to say.
What? Oh, you know.
Hey, Serpentis.
Hey.
Hi. Sorry, I was shouting about Discord and I didn't think I was on a hot mic. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi. So, do you want to hear the little shit show that happened while you were gone, while you weren't here?
Yeah, because I've got part of it. I got up to the fact that you've managed to lose one of our ships and we now are in debt to a hut in exchange for no longer being involved in the drug trade.
Oh no, I think he means what happened today.
On retainer with the hut to no longer be involved with the drug trade, which we were trying to restart, but unfortunately that got exploded.
We were getting out of that shit. Why are we trying to restart it?
Well, because this guy is also supplying most of the rebels' medical supplies.
Well, he's he's a big supplier of rebel medical supplies, and yeah, I mean he's aiding the rebels. Period, and that's why we're gonna try to.
He kind of knows us.
So here's the thing.
He knows us. He doesn't necessarily know. Yeah, no, actually, since he is connected to the rebels now, he's.
And we went and actually face to face made the transaction. We started the business deal. So he knows our faces directly.
Oh no.
Anyway, no. What happened was, so after we dealt with the ship and the whole Certus project problem, we went and.
Yeah, now.
Hey! You don't destroy super weapons unless you need a super weapon later.
Yes, you do.
Actually, I'm with him on this one. There are some things you really just destroy.
Especially a super weapon that feeds on literal souls to fire its weapon.
Feed on it.
Anyway,
uses
keep going. Yeah.
Anyway, so we decided to since we dealt with that as fast as we possibly could, we jumped ship over to we jumped over to. We picked up another ship. I think we picked up like your ship, or we
Yes.
picked up your ship to go over and try and make sure that the raw material medical guy, supply guy, is going to be okay. So we
Yeah.
found out that there was there was an Imperial presence plus a Imperial spy adjuster on the planet. Was it adjuster or what was it? Like he
ISP.
basically, ISP. He basically goes around and he checks all the businesses for legitimate practices, right?
Oh, right. So it's fair practice, essentially.
An auditor from hell, basically.
Oh, goody.
So we were trying to when we got there, the guy put out a PTB, what do you call it, a bounty hunter contract, right? Yeah, for us to basically
That we were
lure-
going to use to, have a reason to be meeting with him, but then we decided to look for the spy first.
to not look entirely suspicious, to give enough time to that like give some gap in time between immediately jumping at this bounty hunter opportunity the second we hit planet, to make it not look suspicious. So then we ran into the people we didn't know were angry at us that we decommissioned from the drug trade, right?
Yeah.
Because we thought in all goodies of worlds that we could close up shop and open up another shop somewhere else, like how they normally do.
Yeah, sure.
Unfortunately, it turns out that the people who don't like us didn't like us. Reasons we don't
Okay.
entirely understand. We were great business partners. They just didn't like the fact that the
Anyway.
whole thing went under. But anyway, so they set up Imperial. So they were working with the cops, and they set up a sting. Unfortunately for everyone, that it turns out the cops didn't care about who they were shooting at, and they shot at both sides. And then we had a sterling plan, a gigantic brouhaha run to the streets, get out of this warehouse, and just got to a safe house. But we have legitimately just confirmed that there is a rebel presence on the planet, and the Imperium is probably going to be stepping up. The Imperial
The Empire.
presence on this world. The Empire. I'm sorry. There's so many Imperials in the world. Or
I like the
Imperials or
idea that
Imps.
you've just kind of like all stumbled into this safe house, bleeding, exhausted, covered in like blaster suit, and this is what you're telling Alara, who's sitting there with a cup of tea.
Yeah, no. The minute the sentence started, it stopped being a cup of tea. It started being a cup of fucking Corellian whiskey.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of lost, but it's also, I mean, we're here because we have assets here that are currently at risk.
Yes, that part I got. Okay, fine.
We thought these other people. As you remember, we fucked up the roll
The
to get
roll.
the people off the station.
Happily.
So they left with a grudge, and evidently they started to work with the Imperials and called them down on us. But they didn't realize that they were, idiots, and
They all have bounties, and
yeah,
The
they all have
Imperials
bounties on themselves, so they didn't really
aren't-
realize the
yeah.
Imperials would collect on that.
So, in other words, the Imperials are shooting both you and the guys who called out the heat on you.
oh no,
because-
no,
Oh,
we
they're
had
all
to
dead
convince
now.
them. We had to
Oh, they're
convince
dead,
them
right.
of that before the shooting started. But
yeah,
then,
and then the Imperials stormed the place. We managed to get out.
we failed
since
every
the end anyway.
we failed.
Yeah.
I failed the last leadership check to make sure that they would stay with us instead of panicking and running away, which probably saved us a lot of trouble on the escape because we had enough chaff to leave behind us.
Yeah. Sorry, I actually I was not there at the time because I should have been making that roll.
I roll with my leadership is three yellow.
Why is your leadership still 3 yellow? I thought you did a rejiggering of your character.
I did, but this class comes with leadership bonuses.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I've
Also,
Never
let me
mind
take a
then.
look to. I think I also spent some things to get my leadership up to. Because it's good to have at least one social skill.
Yes. And the annoying part is if Ashley had been here, I was going to roll that, but fuck.
It's okay,
It
they're
would
dead.
also be,
It's not like
it
they're
would also be
captured.
very.
Yeah, true.
It's not like there's anything that could ever possibly go wrong.
Oh, the Gand
Orc.
did dump that radio about 5 minutes after he left the warehouse. By the way.
Yep, okay.
Good. There is an element of practicality then.
Yes. So
Let's see. We rolled 10 dark side die for our starting force.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
no,
were-
Destiny points
We
rolled
were
10.
confused too.
Did every single one of you roll double black?
Well,
Okay,
Yes.
4 of us
All
rolled
of
double
us.
black, 2 of us rolled 2 black.
one black, and then
One
most
black.
was
Oh,
rolled
yeah,
double
one
black.
Christ.
Yeah, no, it was pretty surprising on our side too. And
It was
now
gonna
we're
be a
trying to
bad day.
and now we're trying to regroup and figure out how we can deflect. Is it given the growing Imperial presence here?
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out how to deflect blame from our contact and then get the hell out of town.
Well, I know I wasn't really around to put that plan into action, but I still have my old Imperial outfit as discussed. We need to do something with it, but I get the feeling that we're going to need to do a lot more than that now.
An Imperial
Fuck
outfit
me.
isn't gonna do much for us at this
Yeah.
point.
This seems to
You
be
went
a
loud.
whole new level of.
Everything went loud.
Well, we went loud unintentionally because we're trying to separate player knowledge from
Yeah.
character knowledge.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm not saying that you two deliberately went out. Sorry,
Yeah, no,
sorry.
we went loud because people betrayed us.
It's the that part where Han Solo meets Kylo Ren and believes he's a buddy from back in the day, but it turns out Kylo has Darth Vader and Boba Fett
You're
mean
mates in
Lando?
the films.
Lando.
Yeah, Lando,
Calrissian, I'm so
yeah.
sorry.
Lando Calrissian.
And
Lando
Kylo Ren.
Calrissian.
I'm sorry.
No,
No,
there's no going back from this.
no.
You're forever shunned.
So great. What the hell is this?
That's your contact.
That's our buddy, man.
I
Oh,
think,
is it? I thought he was a human.
no.
That's
No.
not a fucking human. I mean, I've seen some pretty bad shaving in my time, but if that fucker's human, he's got a lot more wrong with him than a bad razor.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
That's Titus Rahal, your actually it's Ryan. Yeah, Titus Rahal, your contact.
Yeah, it might be the fact that we haven't seen him since we made him a contact.
No, the people at home probably have, because every time I try to open
We were
up
busy
your
setting
Rebel
up-
contact, I get the wrong one.
oh,
We kept setting up. We were setting up the Certus as well as we were setting up drugs as well as dealing with the Certus around that time. So
Hey, at least after this session, most of that will be behind us.
yes.
on fire.
Because someone else will be well, okay, yes, actually, if it goes to plan, it will be on fire rather than someone else doing it. Fair point.
Hey, at least in this universe, there's no such thing as a Exterminatus
Oh,
yet.
Well, the Death Star did exist.
yeah. I was
Remember,
about to say, hello
remember
there.
they also talk about the fact that that would take several the first episode said it would take several Star Destroyers in order to level a planet. Meaning that they've done it before, it just took a little bit of time.
It's a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
was
time
a
and
little
effort and
bit-
resources.
Yeah.
Well
Except
then,
the Empire has
Because-
all of those.
Happy genocide, everyone.
Yeah.
And
Anyways.
that's something taken out of context.
Anyway, so now you're caught up to speed. We have to figure out how the hell to get, pretty much how the hell to get our asset out of the line of fire, and then get ourselves out of the line of fire.
Okay, well, big question one. Do the Imperials know exactly who our asset is, or do they just know we have one?
They know you have one on planet. That's about it.
Yeah. So our idea is to find somebody else and pin the blame on them.
Yes, that's particularly solid if they don't actually know who our guy
Oh,
is.
also another problem. During the warehouse thing, we sort of let one guy get away.
After seeing a lightsaber.
Oh, for the
They
love
probably notice you. Because there's not many rebel groups running around with a gun using a lightsaber.
Well, did that guy actually see me, or did you just hear the lightsaber click on and then, like...
Probably just heard the lightsaber, but if we report a Gand and then hear a lightsaber, I'm pretty sure most people will be able to put those things together.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Not like they, heard, oh, it's Skywalker lightsaber, by the sounds of it.
hey, you know what? This wasn't my fault this time. Huzzah!
It's also
I
not
can
my
almost
fault.
see Calculon having a table of like my fault, other people's fault, and you finally put one tick on the other people's fault, and you're like, yes.
And a little robot flag saying, yay, pops out. Yay.
Of where?
That's your business, not mine.
I had a little Disney
All right.
clapper on my head.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, so.
Now, here's the real question: can the racist ass Imperials recognize Gand like separately? Can
Probably
they tell
no.
one from the other?
No, you're just a gun with a lightsaber.
They probably just put Team Hammer question mark on this planet.
But
I mean,
let's see. There is a problem. They do have our contact in for questioning, but they have everybody in for questioning that
He's
are
not,
like
he's not
heads.
actually in for questioning, but he will be.
it depends on how hard we just escalated the threat index on this planet. Like,
I'm going to remind you that we are like on record as taking part of the Death Star destruction a while ago. So my question is, how long before they get the authorization to start sterilizing this planet?
Well, how long until they get how long until Darth Vader decides he wants to come here,
Pay
make
another
a
visit.
total blockade? We will search the entire planet.
Or you
Because
motherfuckers give me the assy middle finger. I'm going to blockade this planet to make sure you haven't got off, and then we're going to do it the exterminators the old-fashioned way, 5-star destroyers. Fuck you.
Well, remember, I think Vader Vader is very interested in the Gand now.
Yeah, funny that. And
It's going so well
You know
for
what?
me.
yeah, by the sounds of it, they've been just giving you all the ammunition you needed, eh?
Pretty much.
We have to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
the ball is in your court. By the way, is that bounty still available?
No, but what?
Yeah, I think it's kind of useless to do any more skullduggery on this planet. I think we need to leave, like, loudly enough so people know we're not here anymore.
Or better yet, better yet, we make it look like there was an actual hidden rebel infestation on this planet, and they just found it to root it out, and just rooted it out. So we make a big, loud evacuation escape.
What?
And they think that they already got.
No, if they think they're rebels, if they think there's a rebel base on planet, they're not letting anybody leave. Period. End of story.
I was gonna say, what's stopping us from leaving quietly? Because they don't know we've left at this point, so surely if we leave quietly, then they'll blockade the planet, not us.
See, the problem is then we still have, our contact on planet.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they
we need
don't
to
have an exact idea, do they?
Well, the only thing is that we are. Let's see. Actually, didn't Calculon find that there were some records of the deals in their computer system because you did hack through it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have all those things on a separate partition in a very secluded place.
Yeah,
And I have
what I'm
and I
saying
have
is, I'm saying is, I think we're past the point of evidence and criminal investigation. So planting evidence is not going to do any good because they're just going to burn whatever we put it in.
Well, the thing is that they don't. The thing is that they don't know who the contact is on planet, or if there was a contact on planet.
No, they know there's the contact on planet. That's why they're here.
Mm-hmm.
Like the doubt is there is no doubt that there is a contact on planet. It's just a matter of they don't know who. So they're trying to investigate who it is so they can shut it down.
Well, it's a difference between a rebel dockworker facility that is funneling mislaid shipments and a CEO of a company just selling straight to us.
Gray, just so we're not talking ourselves into a circle. What do we know the Imperials know?
All you know is that there is a rebel presence on this planet. At least some sort of deal. They're not going to assume that there's a base here. They now know that Team Hammer is here, which means it's probably quite an important thing because you don't get sent out to do the normal little wishy-wappy jobs.
We gotta take a little wippy-woppy job just to pass that up. We are officially the rebels' job then.
So that's about it. They know that something here is important to the rebels. It's a medical planet, therefore, it's probably something to do with that. So they're starting to investigate all the individual firms, corporations. They haven't reached your guy yet, but they will in some time.
You know, I can just scrub his book, so when they try and investigate him, nothing looks unlegit.
This
what I
assumes
was-
they
The
haven't just
problem
jumped.
is they're gonna go after him too, and we can't exactly scrub his books, if you know what I mean.
There's also the fact they may just jump straight to the point of if they have proof that Hammer Team is on planet, they might just jump straight to, okay, we know one of you guys is informant, so we're going to shoot all of you, and we'll inevitably catch the informant in the process. Get your guns loaded. Which obviously means it doesn't matter whether or not we've burned the books if they just jump straight to shooting people.
Well, that's kind of what I was going after. Well, I was kind of going at, like, you know, why don't we just wipe their books and then plant it into somebody else's books?
That we were trying. That was what our original thing was, and then we
Yeah,
decided, and then we were getting close.
Yeah, it just got made more complicated because somebody, like, I don't know why we decided that was a bad idea.
Because that only, okay, admittedly this is someone who wasn't in the session, but from my part of it, that only works if they want to ever go back from the point of shooting everyone. So, like, if they've just decided, you know what, fuck this planet, we're going to kill everyone involved and will inevitably catch the contact, they won't give a rat's ass if they suddenly find the contact, because they'll just then keep on killing people to make a statement.
It's the Imperials don't go around just destroying whole planets.
No, communities, however, like this particular complex that they've been operating in, which I presume where our contact has been operating in, they will probably just kill everyone if they know the contact is one of the workers.
Yes, but if you distract them with a fake target, they'll probably think that if you do it well enough, it'll be job complete. We've purged the rebels from this planet. Everyone go back to your Imperial loving ways.
Yeah,
See,
I
that
was say the Imperials are also lazy and corrupt. So if we give them a target, they'll be fine.
If we were to say blatantly go into a different company to talk to our contact, make it look like we were trying to be sneaky, but basically fail the checks on purpose and finger someone else, through the massive evidence, we could probably, you know, I don't know, maybe that's probably too blatant.
That supposes that someone else doesn't go sense motive or whatever the equivalent is to the system and just go, hang on, this cannot be on purpose. These guys are being way too clumsy. They have to be framing someone. I'm not saying that's not a bad general plan, mind you, because if, you know, that would be a pretty difficult check for them to pass, I'd wager.
Well, the thing is that, well, it's, you know, how bad we suck at this thing.
The more complicated the plan, the more likely it's going to fail, and we've made a hell of a lot of complicated plans.
Well, yes.
So
We could always find one of their shuttles and then just go up and steal the Star Destroyer.
Oh my god.
just go for a simple but
complicated. That's what you want to do.
Okay, so the Imperials were just doing a routine investigation. Now they are aware that we are here on planet, which means that there's something.
Right. Oh, do you hear me? That'll be a note. Looks like I cut out. 1 second, folks. You know the drill by now. They're probably still chattering on anyway.